You know that feeling? It's January 1st and the day is buzzing with a special kind of hope. A potential that, if we're being honest, somehow fizzles out by February. It's a story many of us know well, and believe me, it's a cycle I still find myself in sometimes. We decide this is the year we'll finally get in shape. This is the year we'll finally write the story or start the mornings with a moment of meditation. But a few weeks in, the motivation is gone and we're right back where we started. A little defeated and maybe even a little bit embarrassed. I want you to know you're not by yourself with this. This cycle of resolutions that don't quite stick is something so many of us go through. But here's the secret. It has almost nothing to do with your willpower or how much you want to change. The problem isn't you. It's the way we've been taught to approach it. So, what if we could try something different this year? What if you could use a mindful reset to prepare your mind for success, making your goals for 2026 feel less like a struggle and more like the natural next step? Instead of fighting a daily battle with yourself, what if you could build a system that makes doing the right thing the easiest choice? We're not just going to set goals, we're going to change our relationship with them. We'll move beyond wishful thinking and look at how real, lasting change happens by combining the science of habit with the art of believing in ourselves. This isn't about trying harder, it's about training smarter. By the end of our time together, you'll have a new way of thinking about how to build the life you want, turning your hopes for 2026 from a stressful to-do list into an identity you simply grow into. First, let's get honest about why this happens. Understanding why the old way doesn't work is the key to building a new way that does. Often, the reason our best intentions don't last is something psychologists call the false hope syndrome. Filled with optimism of a fresh start, a fresh year, we set these huge, unrealistic goals. We fall into that all or nothing trap, deciding we'll go from zero to working out 5 days a week, cutting out all the sugar, and meditating for 30 minutes every morning. Those are wonderful goals, but they demand perfection, and life is never perfect. The minute you miss one workout or eat a piece of cake, it feels like a total failure, and that feeling is often enough to make us want to stop and give up entirely. On top of that, most resolutions are just vague wishes, not concrete plans. A goal like get fit or be healthier doesn't give our brains a clear direction. Without small, measurable steps, we can't see our progress, and when we can't see it, we lose steam. It's like telling yourself to drive to a new city, but you don't have a map or GPS coordinates or even address. You might drive around with good intentions for a while, but you'll probably run out of gas or turn back altogether. But the real issue is even deeper, right down to how our brains are wired. Your brain is brilliant at being efficient. For years, it has built and strengthened pathways for all your current habits. Those automatic things you do every day without even thinking. When you try to force a huge new habit with willpower alone, you're fighting against these deep, well-worn paths. It's like trying to carve a new riverbed with a spoon, while a powerful river is flowing right beside it. Your brain, wanting to save energy, will almost always pull you back to the familiar path. This isn't a moral failing on your part, it's just how our brains work. We're taught to rely on motivation and willpower, but those are finite resources, like a phone battery that drains out during the day. Relying on them to build new habits is just not sustainable. Real, lasting change doesn't come from a big burst of effort. It comes from building a new lifestyle, and a lifestyle is a process. So, if that old model is broken, what's the alternative? The alternative is what we're calling the mindful reset. It's a two-part approach designed to work with your brain's natural tendencies, not against them. It's about replacing that flawed idea of willpower with something much more durable. The two pieces are mindful systems and mindset programming. First, let's talk about mindful systems. This is the practical how-to part. It's grounded in the wonderful work of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. The big idea is that tiny changes, when you do them consistently, adds up to incredible results. Habits are like the compound interest of self-improvement. I know this work because it's exactly how I wrote my book, Move Smart, Spend Less. For years, the idea of writing a whole book was completely overwhelming, and I procrastinated endlessly. So I didn't focus on the massive outcome, the whole book. Instead, I made one tiny habit change. My only goal was to write for 15 minutes every day. That was it. Some days I wrote a lot, some days I wrote just one paragraph, but I showed up daily. That one single habit change made it possible. Those tiny actions, those tiny 15-minute votes for my identity as a writer, eventually compounded into a finished book. The second part is mindset programming. If mindful systems are the how, then mindset programming is the who. This part gets to the heart of our behavior, our identity, and what we believe about ourselves. Our actions are almost always a reflection of who we believe we are. If you have a deep down belief that you're someone who's bad with money, it will always feel like a struggle to stick to a budget, no matter how perfect the spreadsheet is. Our behavior will always find its way back to our perceived identity. So, the most powerful change happens when we shift our identity first. As James Clear says, every action you take is like a vote for the person you want to become. That 5-minute walk isn't just a walk, it's a vote for I'm a healthy person. Writing one paragraph isn't just about the words, it's a vote for I am a writer. This is where it all comes together. When your systems, your habits, and your mindset, your identity, are pulling in the same direction, you don't need nearly as much willpower. Your new habits don't feel like a chore, they just feel like you. This combination is the secret to making your goals feel not just possible, but inevitable. Now, let's get to the practical about how we build this system in our own lives. To build habits that actually stick, we can use a simple and powerful framework from Atomic Habits, the 4 laws of behavior change. I love these things. These laws help us make good habits easier and more enjoyable. Let's walk through each one of them. The first law, make it obvious. The first law is all about the cues. Our habits are usually an automatic response to a trigger. Your phone buzzes, you check it. You walk into the kitchen, you open the refrigerator. To build a good habit, we need to make its cue impossible to miss. A really effective way to do this is through environment design. Instead of just trying to remember to do something, redesign your space to make good habits the most obvious choice. If you want to drink more water, don't just hope you'll remember. Fill up a water bottle and put it on your desk where you could see it. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow. Want to stop scrolling on your phone first thing? Charge it in another room overnight. When you change your surroundings, you change your behavior without having to think so much about it. Another great strategy is setting an implementation intention. Research shows you're 2 to 3 more times more likely to follow through if you make a specific plan for when and where you'll do something. The formula is simple. I will behavior at time and location. I will exercise is a wish. I will go for a 20-minute walk at 8 a.m. in my neighborhood is a plan your brain can actually follow. Take a moment right now and think of one habit you want. Now turn it into one of these intentions. Writing it down makes all the difference. The second law, make it attractive. This law is about the why, the craving. Our brain releases a chemical called dopamine, not just when we feel pleasure, but when we expect it. The The more appealing a habit is, the more motivated we will feel to do it. A brilliant way to make a habit more attractive is a strategy called temptation bundling. This is where you pair something you need to do with something you want to do. The formula is this: after habit I need, I will get to habit I want. For example, after I spend 30 minutes on my work emails, I will get to check social media for 5 minutes. Or my personal favorite, after I go on a 30-minute walk, I will get to spend 15 minutes scrolling TikTok. By linking this task with a reward, you'll start to look forward to the whole routine. Another way to make habits attractive is to find your people. Join a culture where what you want to do is what everyone else is doing. If you want to get fit, join a running group or a fitness class. When you're surrounded by people who make it look normal and fun, it becomes so much more attractive for you too. The third law, make it easy. This law might be the most important one for getting past procrastination. That's me. We're all wired to take the path of least resistance. The more effort a habit requires, the less likely we are to do it. So we need to make our good habits as easy, convenient, and simple as possible. The best way to do this is through the 2-minute rule. It's simple. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read every day becomes read 1 page. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes roll out the yoga mat. Run 3 miles becomes put on my running shoes. I know it sounds small, but it's so effective. The goal isn't to get results in 2 minutes. The goal is to master the art of showing up for yourself. Anyone can read 1 page. It's so easy, you can't say no. And by doing that, you're reinforcing your new identity. Once you've started, it's so much easier to keep going. Another way to make it easy is through habit stacking. Instead of finding a new time for your habit, you stack it onto a habit you already have. The formula is this: after current habit, I will new habit. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I take off my work attire, I will change into my workout clothes. You use the momentum you already have to carry you into the next right thing. The fourth law, make it satisfying. The final law closes our loop. Our brain loves immediate rewards. A big reason resolutions fail is that the payoff is so far away. You don't see a change in your body after one workout. To make this habit stick, you need to find a way to give yourself an immediate sense of satisfaction. The simplest way is with a habit tracker. This can be a calendar, a journal, or an app. Every time you do your habit, you get to make a mark, a big satisfying X. That little mark is instant proof you're making progress. It feels good. Your goal becomes simple. Don't break the chain. The satisfaction of seeing that unbroken streak can be a powerful motivator all on its own. You can also add other small rewards. After you finish your habit, give yourself a moment of celebration. Listen to your favorite song, enjoy a quiet cup of tea, or just say to yourself, "Good job, I showed up." This reinforces the habit on an emotional level. The better it feels at the end, the more you'll look forward to doing it again. By using these 4 laws, you stop relying on willpower and start building a system for your own success. You make your good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, creating a life where good choices feel like the most natural choices of all. Having the perfect system is one half of the story. But if your inner voice is fighting against your new habits, you will always feel like you're swimming upstream. For me, this is where a deeper spiritual truth comes in. There's a verse in the Bible, Romans 12:2, that says, "Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." In a sense, that's precisely what we're talking about. The patterns of this world is that old cycle of failed resolutions and relying on willpower. The renewing of your mind is the intentional work of programming our self-concept so that our goals are no longer something we do, but a reflection of who we are. Now, we could get so much deeper into this verse from a biblical perspective, I know, but in this instance, we're talking about habits and patterns. So let's talk about the shifts. Shift number 1, adopt an identity-first mindset. Usually, we start with the outcome. We think, I want to lose 20 pounds, so I'll start running process. A much more powerful way is to start with your identity. The goal isn't to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal isn't to write a novel. The goal is to become a writer. This might sound like a small change in words, but it changes everything. When your actions become your identity, you're no longer chasing a result. You're just being yourself. This is why those small habits are so important. Each time you complete your 2-minute habit, you're casting a vote for your new identity. Reading one page is a vote for I am a reader. Tidying up your desk is a vote for I'm an organized person. Your step here is to craft your identity statement. Take out a piece of paper and write down the person you hope to become in 2026. Don't focus on the outcomes, focus on the identity. Instead of, I want to lose weight, write, I'm the kind of person who is active and values my health. Instead of, I want to learn Spanish, write, I am a student of languages who enjoys learning. Write a few of these I am statements and read them every day. This is how you consciously choose and reinforce the story you want to live. Shift 2, prime your subconscious with visualization. This is another of my favorites. Our brains often don't know the difference between something we vividly imagine and something that's actually happening. This is a tool top athletes have used for decades. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, you are literally building the neural pathways for that success before it even happens. This leads to our next practice, the Mindset Minute. It's a short daily visualization to get your mind on your side. Every morning, before you start your day, or evening before you go to sleep, just close your eyes for 60 seconds. Imagine it's a few months into 2026. See yourself doing your new habit, and it's easy, it's automatic. Now tune into how that feels. How does it feel to be the person? Feel the confidence, feel the pride, feel the sense of calm. Don't just see it. Feel the emotion of being that person. By practicing that feeling of your future self, you are teaching your brain and your body to accept this new reality as your own. You're making the unfamiliar feel familiar. Shift number 3, reframe failure as data. One of the biggest things that holds us back is the fear of messing up. But what if a misstep wasn't a failure, but just feedback? A critical mindset shift is to see lapses not as proof that we're failing, but as valuable information that shows us where the system might have a crack. When you miss a day, instead of beating yourself up, get curious. This is your goal to get back on track. Ask yourself some questions using our 4 laws. Was the cue not obvious enough? Was the habit not attractive enough? Was it too hard? Do I need to make it even smaller? Was it not satisfying? And know this is a process I'm still very much in. I have days where I fall back into old patterns, and I have to get curious myself, adjust my systems, and give myself some grace. This isn't about achieving perfection. It's about committing to the ongoing practice of growth. When you approach setbacks this way, you separate your identity from the outcome. I failed because my system had a crack, and now I know how to make it stronger. This approach means that every mistake can actually make you better. It's also important to be realistic and patient with yourself. You're in this for the long haul. Focus on your progress, not on being perfect. Now, all this theory is wonderful, but change only happens when we take action, right? So to put everything we've talked about into practice, I want to officially invite you to join our free 7-day Mindful Reset Challenge. Yes, another challenge. This isn't about changing your whole life in 1 week. It's about proving to yourself that this new way of thinking works and building that first bit of momentum to carry you into 2026. Here's the challenge. It's simple, and it follows the principle we've just covered. Pick one keystone micro habit. Using the 2-minute rule, choose one tiny habit that you think will have a positive ripple effect. It has to take less than 2 minutes. Anchor it. Create a specific plan for when and where you'll do it, and stack it onto a habit you already have. Number 3, design for it. Take 5 minutes to set up your environment. Make the cue for your new habit obvious. Track it. For the next 7 days, track your habit. Get a calendar or a notebook, and every time you complete your 2-minute habit, give yourself a big satisfying X. Your only goal is to not break the chain for 1 week. To add a little community spirit, I want you to commit right here, right now. Comment down below right now with one micro habit you're committing to for these 7 days. Let's fill the comments with our positive goals and support each other on this journey. As we stand here on the doorway of 2026, the real opportunity isn't just a new year on the calendar. It's a chance for a new story about personal change. This year doesn't have to be another round of resolutions that fade away by February. It could be the year you finally stop fighting against yourself and start building a life by design. The journey ahead isn't about huge, painful leaps. It's about the quiet power of small, mindful steps, taken one after the other. It's about building systems that make success the easiest path. And most of all, it's about gently and consistently showing up for the person you're becoming. You have all the tools. You have the framework. This year isn't about trying harder. It's about training smarter. Let's make 2026 the year your success becomes your story. If this video resonated with you and gave you a little bit of hope for the year ahead, please show your support by giving it a like and subscribing for more conversations about building a life of intention. Thank you so much for being here today. I wish you a calm, clear, and successful 2026. As always, you're never too late, and your peace is never too far. I'm Vanessa, and this is Ways of Change. Thanks. Bye.